Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. We're back at Marshall's. Are you ready? Let's shop. By this point, if we're looking at this wall, you know where we are. Aside from the fact that it's probably on the... not even probably. That is definitely on the title of the video. But anywho, let's just ignore that and make pretend that you don't read the actual title and that you just go right in. Because when you see my video come up, you're just clicking. You just click happy and you go right into it. But anyways, I have found myself basically starting every Marshall's video back here on this wall ever since they put this wall together. These little round things, I've never seen that dark one. I own two of them. I told you last time, like in the square shape. These round ones are really nice, but I've never seen that darker one that we just looked at. I thought that was pretty cool. And then get ready for the big game. $10 for these. I did not expect them to be little football trays, you know? I thought it was completely something else. If anything, I was thinking like a boat or something, but they're little footballs. These are so cute. $15. We've seen them before, but here they are again because, again, they are super, super cute. Now, here is that football tray, but the bigger one, this one is $13. Love. And then these, I love these. And I actually could possibly use another one. And look at that. It expands. I love that because you can like kind of make it fit, you know? You can put it to match, as my mother would say, like in your cabinet. Because the ones that I have right now are actually from Walmart. From the ladies, you know who I'm talking about. The organizational ladies. I really like those. Those are not the expandable ones. They're just like fixed. But I pretty much could fit 3 in my cabinet. And I really do like them. They're very good, sturdy, pretty good ones. Love that. For $13 for the holidays, you put the nuts and the things on the table. Yeah, very nice. A little, you know, a little picadera, if you will. How do you say that in English even? It's not appetizer. Picadera. Like munchies, like, you know, things to pick at. It kind of sounds like that. Picadera. Things that like you're picking a little. By the way, that 2-tier tray. I'm all over the place. That 2-tier tray, the actual tiers are very large. Even though it's 2 tiers, they're large tiers. $8 for the coffee syrup. I thought that was nice. Fall vibes, fall flavors. And then I realized it's sugar-free. Even better. Now the Torani, love, you know that if you've seen like my, you know, at-home coffee bar and whatnot. But this diamond one, I read like what it says and more than once before today. And it says something about champagne. If you've tried that diamond one, please let me know. Let me know how it is. What exactly does it taste like? Because it says something about champagne. And I'm like, do I want to put champagne in my coffee? Now, I will say I am moving over to the Monin ones. I'm trying to finish all of my Toranis and just start buying the Monin. The ones at the bottom, I don't even mess around with. I like the ones that have a glass bottle. And the Toranis and the Monins are the ones that have glass bottles. So those are the ones I like to get. So eventually I will switch over to just all Monin. I love the Toranis. I'm not saying I'll never use them again, but I just want to make that transition. Look at these containers. And not so much for storage, but like with the fall vibes and the holidays, I just find those to be so good to like bake. And not that I'm baking. No, I'm not baking. By the way, there's something to be said about these plain Jane ones. 40 pieces, which is basically 20 because they're counting the lids. But instead of getting them from like Amazon, you know how I always say I like to find things in the wild. Like I know you can get them on Amazon, but I'd rather get them here where I can like see and touch them and everything. I'm old school in that way. Is that saying something about my age? I am turning the big 50 tomorrow. OMG. Anywho, let's not even talk about that. Not that I care. I just told you how old I'm turning. I don't care about age. I don't think that it says anything at all. You know, like, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm turning 50 years old. I'm actually excited about it. But those containers, I feel like they're good, like whatever, like whether it's baking, not that I'm doing any of that, but when I make my pastelitos, aka empanadas, or if you want to call them little beef patties, little beef pies, as my friend's mother says that they are. I just love the idea of putting them in those containers and like giving them out to the peeps, you know. I'm actually planning on doing that. I literal was just telling Mr. Damaris that I'm about to do that for our neighbors. We finally got like a nice amount of neighbors that have moved in on our street. And so I'm going to make my pastelitos and I'm going to put them in little cute containers and I'm going to bring them over as like, you know, welcome to the neighborhood and whatnot. Because we were pretty much like the first people that moved into our street. So there you have it. Oh my gosh, Harry Potter. $10. I really think this is so cute. Now that I think about it, I should probably get them so that I can give them to my niece and nephew. My sister just booked Universal for their birthdays in early December. Maybe I might go with them. I don't know. That's up in the air right now. But, you know, Universal is all like very Harry Potter heavy. So they're like reading the books, watching the movies, kind of getting her about to be 9 and 10-year-old. They're turning 9 and 10. All into it so that they can be like ready for Universal for their birthdays. So those mugs are perfect. I just thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the store. Now here are these. Those are cute. I love the green leaves on there. We saw these glasses last time, but we didn't see these. This one had a little bit of weight to it too, $5. By the way, if you watched World Market yesterday and the ridiculousness of the prices not focusing, I think I might have figured it out. Like, notice how today, well, it's hard to judge in a way because usually we don't have issues with the tags at Marshall's. So it'll be interesting to see if I figured it out for sure when I go back to World Market. And I will be going back to World Market sooner than later because there is so much more to see. I just couldn't get it all when I went, you know? But stay tuned. There's more. Look at this. This is the cutest little pumpkin vessel. Is it a vessel? You know, bowl, what have you, baker. $13. So cute. I'm so used to seeing it in like beige or orange, but the black. And speaking of black, not the black swan, $17. And then I'm like, wait, why is this one Dwell Studio? And then I'm like, oh wait, it's different. This one is larger and it has the gold. You see that? 15. And the larger one actually is less expensive. And then I see this silver glass sphere back there. And I'm like, what? What is happening back there? It's like a little party back there. $15 for this one. If you don't like, you know, like terracotta or other materials, you like glass, here these are in glass. We tend to see those more in like, you know, ceramic and whatnot. And then did you see the blue one in the back? Right here, I was like, wait, I don't see anything new and exciting. Now this one I love. And we did see these before. $8 if you love silver, which is very popular right now. That one is a good one. But then I noticed these. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember seeing these brown ones. $9 for the large one. The taller one, if you will. And then they did have the smaller one. This one right here, why doesn't anybody want it? Why? I think it's so great. And no, I'm not gonna do it. It's not for me. I love it, but it's not for me. It's way too white, and I don't want such, stark white vessel. I feel like, do I have this? I have one at least that's this like color, and I want them to be like warmer colors. Oh, this little lamp. This little lamp is so cute. And I thought this was going to be the winner, but it's not, even though it's definitely up there. $15, so cute. Now here is the winner. What? What? Not a Ralph Lauren shade. Do you see this? How cute for Christmas? If you're doing a Ralph Lauren like Christmas vibes, a plaid, yes. $20. I love that it has that little like it's not straight. This is the one I have. And what drew me into this one was that wovenness, because I love the woven. But that one with the plaid, listen, if it was like a brown plaid, I would have got it. I would have purchased it. It would have been mine. Look at it. It's so good. These basically match the other ones that we just saw. See, right here next to it is the orange one. But those other black ones, they didn't have prices though. No prices on any of them. I was surprised. Where are we, Target? You know what I mean? Where are we, Walmart? Like, this is Marshall's. Everything's supposed to have a price tag. There's going to be another item. I think one of the throw pillows. You'll see. We'll get to it. More football right here. These are like some little football picks. $5. Speaking of football, they chose the halftime. I'm excited. I know not everybody's going to be that excited about it because of who it is and the fact that it's going to be pretty much all in Spanish. But I got to say, I'm Dominican. I am very excited for the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. And by the way, that's what I watch the Super Bowl for. I mean, the game is on. That's fine. I kind of get a little excited and pay attention a little bit, but really I'm in it for the halftime. These are really nice. $50. They're heavy. And can I just say, being that there's so much brown to them and the orange is not so bright, I really, really like those. Those 3 attached pumpkins. Kind of wish that they weren't attached like that, but I also don't hate it, I think it's fine. $15 for this one. Again, speaking of brown, you see that? I'm very much into a brown pumpkin. And brown pumpkins this year are like a thing, apparently. Speaking of pumpkins, here is self-care pumpkin. $13. I mean, I'll join her, She's living her best life. That's spa pumpkin right there. Here is the little bit, aside from that little lamp we just saw, here's the little bit of Christmas that was happening in here. So it's starting to trickle into Marshall's, or at least my local Marshall's. But what does that remind you of? We just saw something very similar at World Market. $8 for this one. So pretty. It's not for me. That's not my vibe. All that red, the bows, which, oh my gosh, speaking of the bows, we just had this discussion. I just asked, are the bows dying down? Some of you said that it is, and then some of you were like, no, it's not. I have to say, I think I spoke too soon. There is plenty of bows happening, even here at Marshall's. Like, I saw so many bow things. We've already seen a few, the glasses, those mugs, when I was busy talking about my niece and nephew. Look at this. The struggle, y'all. I love A snow globe. Isn't that cute? $25 for this one. So pretty. And then speaking of bows, I didn't even realize that this was coming up. Here we go. Leave it to cupcakes and cashmere to make all things cute. The box was already like half squished because these shouldn't have been shoved in here. Obviously, the shelf is not tall enough. $15. We had to get to the price. Look at that. So it's large bows and little bows alternating. Very, very cute. If you're into red and if you're into the bows. Some candle action. Look at all that plaid. I'm telling you. I think Ralph Lauren theme is going to be like really big this year. Or is it always big? I feel like it's always popular. But maybe it'll be more popular than previous years. We shall see. Like I said, if they did like a really beautiful brown plaid, maybe with a little bit of green or something like that, with a dark hunter green, I would so be into that. That would be right up my alley. $17 for this one. You know I love all the wood things. Dropping it. Look at how cute this is. This garland. $20. This one is also really pretty. $13. Of course, you know, the green. It's nice and large too. $20 for this one. It's very cool, but I didn't realize that it had the little try me to light it up, because it does light up. But then look at this nutcracker like hiding back here. Oh my gosh, if you love crystal, if you love this vibe, $20. Isn't it nice? I thought it was great. I was like, wow. If you're into the glam Christmas, so cute. And I think it's one of those pieces that it's like, when you see it, get it. I don't think they'll have like an abundance of those. Cupcakes and cashmere again, and here are the bows. This is exactly why I'm like, wait, I spoke too soon. $15. It's metal, by the way. Found these hiding in the Halloween/fall aisle. It lights up. I'm looking for the price. Then I'm like, you know what? It's right here on the other one. $20. These are the smaller ones. They also make these in like a much larger size, which I'm sure we'll see in the upcoming weeks. But look, I wanted to show you that this is all the Halloween and some of the fall, right? In the aisle. What's happening with all the stores? I feel like all the stores are redoing their floors, like, you know, their aisles and such, but I'll show you more in a second. I'll say at first sight, this wall looked like it didn't have much going on. I mean, it kind of didn't have too much going on, but then I saw this one for $15. I thought that one was really cute, very pretty, very nice. And then this one, I wasn't sure if we've seen it before. I feel like we haven't. Notice that these are much thicker frames, $15, than the Petal Lane ones. I still love Petal Lane. Don't think I don't when I do. But I did notice that these do have like a much thicker frame. If you'd rather have that, you know, definitely look out for these. Let me arrange myself here. Look at this one. So pretty. So pretty. Love. $15. I kept looking because I'm like, it's definitely not Petal Lane, right? Here's what I wanted to show you. This section right here is where like the big opening used to be. where the big opening used to be, and there would be like, you know, not shelves, not aisles. Now it's all aisles. And guess what? No me gusta. No me gusta. I don't like it. I like the nice openness that was happening over here before. So is your Marshall switching things up? My Marshall switched things up. TJ Maxx switched things up. I think TJ Maxx though switched it for the better. And even my H&M, even the H&M. Just saying, is this happening to everyone? Okay, here's the abundance of pillows. The throw pillows, it's like 3 aisles of throw pillows at my Marshalls. I like these colors. $30. The insert itself though, like a lot of the inserts in these were not the best. They were not my favorite, but some of the actual cases were nice. Lily in August, $20. I picked this one up because I'm like, here's this burgundy. I think this burgundy, it was popular last year and maybe a little bit the year prior. I think this year it's like full on, you know, full on burgundy everything. I mean, I even got those like really deep a floral stems because they are so deep, and I do like them. Like I like, as we know, if I'm gonna do any kind of red, it's gonna be a very deep red, maroon, very dark type of red. How do you even say this? Aphorism, maybe? Very large. Those are very large. I love the color. This is the pillow. This is the throw pillow that I was looking for the price point on. It's made in the USA. It's feather filled. I think it's actually pretty pricey. Like I think this might be like a $50 pillow. Not original price, like the Marshall's price. But they didn't have it marked. It's super soft. Look at that. Very pretty. But I personally, as I told you the other day, I'm trying to go away from feather filled because I actually use my throw pillows and they're just poking us. Like, we are suffering, you know? We suffer with the throw pillows because they are feather filled. Now here is the wall of baskets. I figured we're already here, might as well do it, but there wasn't anything exciting. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. And let's keep the party going by clicking on one of these videos right here on the screen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.